On today's episode, we are going to be talking about your flooring. We're going to be talking about hardwood, laminate, and faux hardwood. So stay tuned. Hey, and welcome to the Pink Tool Girl Studio. My name is Sandy, and I will be your host each week for a show that details DIY, home improvement, and home decor projects where we can find out how to get the right tool for your project. Hey, I'm Sandy.
I'm Hannah.
And we make up Pink Tool Girl. We are so glad that you're back for video number 2 in this series. And we're going to be breaking it down into what we consider, we didn't want to say hardwood because we're going to throw in laminate and faux hardwood too. So it's what I'm going to categorize this is the flooring that you can click or place in place without using grout or that.
It's your
stuff.
click and lays.
Yes, a lock series, I don't know, we're gonna be a little broad. So you said that you had helped with laying down hardwood.
Sure.
Were they long planks? Did you have to cut them?
No, what was kind of nice, and they do this, and because I didn't buy it, I don't know the cost, which you can speak to, but
sure.
It was definitely just a package. It's like, here you go, here are these planks, here's the click and lock them to make it into your home. And that was that.
So in talking about the different types of things in a box that you can buy, you can get all different types of color, all different types of wood grain, and then all different types of real quality versus faux quality, which makes a difference. If you want real wood, you're going to pay up for that. If you don't care but you just want the look of real wood, then you can go with a faux quality. I have seen packages at Ollie's.
Yes.
And a lot of times another thing is not just the type of wood that's in there, but it's also the thickness.
Yes.
What also can be the difference between paying up and a less expensive one is the type of locking system that it has.
Yeah.
So it's a good DIY project. And if you're just starting out, maybe you could do a hardwood. Where'd you do your hardwood? Where was?
It was at a friend's house, but she was doing it in kind of her den living area.
Okay, so a main area.
Yeah.
So if you've not done a DIY project before, in my opinion, this probably isn't the first one to start with because there is a little bit of a learning curve, especially, we'll talk about it with what we're going to talk about next, which is laminate. If you stagger the wood so that, the first piece is 6 inches, the next piece is 10 inches, the next piece is whatever. It's like a little puzzle when you put it together. But if you're not familiar with using a rubber mallet and using a saw to cut your pieces and stuff, this has a little bit more layers of DIY skills. It still is possible, and if you want to try it, I am all for it. But I just wanted to give you that little heads up. So check with, the download that we're giving them is what?
Yeah, so the download this time, we're starting off with the 15 questions that you want to ask when you're thinking about what floor to put in your home. It's starting to talk about cleaning, temperature, where you want to put it, how much you want to spend, things like that. So that way you can start narrowing down, and we'll give you more downloadables as we narrow it down. But that's your first step, figuring out what's the purpose, what am I going to use the flooring for?
And then the second thing would be, within those things, is it a DIY project that you want to do, or do you want to hire out? And then what's the time frame behind that, which is always, the DIY projects, we can give you a framework of how long it takes. The second thing, so we had hardwood, we had faux hardwood, and then it's not a new product, but it's, in my opinion,
new and improved.
Right, it's exploding, even from a kitchen that we did maybe 4 years ago to the kitchen that we just did last year. The quality of the product, they really upped their game, but it's laminate. And I was just at Home Depot the other day, and their whole section has just expanded.
Yeah.
Now, the good thing about all of these products that we're talking about is they give sample pieces, and you can bring that sample piece home and look at it in the light. With your night light, not your night light, but your house at night with lights on, because the shades sometimes change with natural lighting versus the lighting wattage that you have in your home. It also gives you an idea of the grain
Yeah.
Whether you like the grain or not. I know some people love it, some people don't. But the laminate that we bought, the first one was kind of, it was a sticker edge. So you laid it down. You could cut it with a knife, a utility knife. I don't remember the thickness of it, but it was fairly thin. And but you could get it wet.
That's huge.
We loved that because we had babies at the time. We put it in a kitchen, and it really served its purpose. But what I found was that when it was thinner, so it was a less expensive item, and we were just using it to kind of make it until we actually renovated the whole floor. You know, so we weren't trying to look for forever flooring. You can see marks. It definitely has, it's our most high traffic area. It's that spare kitchen that we have.
Yeah.
And it also separated a little bit. That stickering, now our house, we like to say moves a little bit because it's so old. So it could be from that, or it just could be from the product. I'm not really sure which, I can't really tell you for sure. But the laminate that we did for the rest of the house, and I'll show you some pictures of that, we love it. We use it everywhere. It cleans. It can have dirt on it, like the grain, and
don't notice it?
No, not at all. And I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now, what I did find out about this, you mentioned this for the overview, and we'll talk a little bit more when we do carpet, but your vacuum,
yes. Okay?
Ooh. Does it have a lower and higher level on it?
I invested in a vacuum, and it has suction. Oh, sorry, hold on. It has suck and suction. Is what I like to call
There's a difference.
There is.
Yeah.
Because there's, you know, the rolling part, and then, but the first level is for those non-carpeted surfaces.
Right.
I vacuum my kitchen and my walkway and my bathroom before I do anything else.
So what used to be, you know, a broom.
Yeah.
And even though you have that high-low thing on your, you know, whatever type of vacuum you have, we just bought a Shark.
That's what mine is.
And
it's great.
I love it. I mean, it's got like a little felt rollery thing. So it really does pick up, you know, so no matter what size of carpet you're doing or your laminate, I know that was a lot of questions that people had, like, well, how do I clean it?
Yeah.
You know, do I have to get down with a broom or my hands and knees? So let's just talk real quick. You said you use Murphy's oil soap for your hardwood?
Yeah, and I didn't tell you this, but in our first ever apartment together, all hardwood except for the bathroom, and I loved it. And I had a couple area rugs, but Murphy's oil soap was my best friend, and it kept them looking great.
Okay, so I'm going to give the antithesis to that, and then again you can decide. Our first house that we bought to live in, my husband and I, when we brought our newborns home, I hated the hardwood. It was brand new hardwood. The gentleman had picked up all the carpet and had sanded it down and stained it. I just hated the color. It was very light.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, and so I just wanted to cover it at all times. But when my babies started walking, it drove me crazy because when they would fall, to me, I was like, oh, they don't have any padding. Oh. And that was like a big thing to me. So I went and got area rugs to put over top of my hardwood, which defeated the purpose. But that was a big thing for me. It may or may not be for you, but you need to think about that and consider it as you're doing hardwood, faux hardwood, laminate, and the different thicknesses and the different costs. I mean, the sky is the limit as far as color and cost in this category. But make sure you get that download and let us know if you have any questions and or comments. We'd love to hear that. Good comments. You know, if you have a bad comment, we really don't want to hear about it. I'm just saying, haters stay away, but no, we really do want to hear if you have any questions or if we didn't cover something specifically, and we'll go ahead and try to show you as many pictures as this is going on. And please subscribe below. It will give you, it will give you a little indicator that we have uploaded yet another video in the series.
Also, don't forget to go on pinktoolgirl.com to get that free download. We want you to be able to start thinking about it. It's a little overwhelming when you have all the pieces together. Start thinking about it now. Answer those questions. We'll follow up, we promise.
That's right. So thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Bye.